What is love and how do you show it? For me and you, the answer may be simple: buying flowers, writing letters, gifting jewelry. But the answer really depends on who you are, and more importantly, where you are. Let's answer the first question: what is love? I don't know, but I know that it's supposed to be unconditional, balanced, and definitely not transactional. It's not a business deal, really. But if you really think about it, a lot of acts do not check the boxes we just mentioned. For example, take motherhood. What does your mother do to show you her love? Especially if you belong to a desi household like me, what does your mother do when you come home for breaks? Does she cook you your favorite meal? Does she make you your bed? What would happen if she didn't do all of these things? Take a step back and imagine a bigger picture. What would happen if mothers and wives across the world, from different communities, from different income levels, caste, classes, creeds, and therefore different expectations, just randomly put their foot down and stopped participating in such feminine acts of love? Of course, households would completely break down. But more importantly, would they be still called devoted wives and mothers? When we say a wife or a mother shows love through cooking or cleaning, what we are really saying is domestic labor is how women prove their devotion. But duty and love are not the same. For millions of people, love isn't a choice. It's more like a job requirement. And if you don't clock in, you get shamed, abused, beaten, and even killed. Let me give you some context. In India, 1 out of 3 women have faced spousal abuse. For Dalit women, it's even worse. Nearly 48% experience domestic violence, facing what scholars call triple discrimination: caste, class, and gender. When you have no financial safety net, no caste privilege, and nowhere to go, these aren't acts of love, but they're acts of survival. Loving freely is an act of privilege. I'm not saying that mothers don't love their children. I'm also not saying that household work is inherently oppressive. The problem isn't the act, it's the conditions attached to it. There's a world of difference between cooking for someone because you want to and cooking 3 meals a day because you're expected to. This is why tradwife content is so insidious. These women post about choosing domesticity while making money off that content, which is literally financial independence. They can opt out anytime, that's their privilege. For the 17-year-old girl forcefully married because refusing would dishonor the family, there is no opt out. For the woman who is punished for leaving the house, there is no choice. Over 22% of girls in India aged 20 to 24 are married before the age of 18 because that is how they're expected to honor the family name and show love and respect to their parents. This love and false sense of honor is pushed onto them. And yes, men face patriarchal obligations too. The son pushed into the family business, the gay man forced into a heterosexual marriage, the burden of being the sole breadwinner of the family. But when we talk about domestic labor specifically, it's overwhelmingly women whose love is measured by how much unpaid labor they perform. Real love requires the freedom to choose, the freedom to say no, the freedom to let go, the freedom to express yourself in ways that you want to, not how society demands you to. Almost all of us are victims of patriarchy in one way or the other. The real question is, how do we get out of it? You could redistribute the work in your house. Women could also be subsidized for the unpaid labor they perform. But how do we introduce choice and opportunity into women's lives, especially for those who are systematically underprivileged? Would choice then even be a thing? For more such questions and hopefully answers, tune into more episodes by What the Feminism podcast, where we talk about intersectional feminism and feminist philosophy. Before you tune out, do remember, loving is resistance. Loving is privilege. Make the most of it, and happy Valentine's Day.